matter, Lady Corbin. And my miners appreciate your business. You'll have your Illyrium by the end of the week. I should tell you, Ambassador, the Chantry raised some fuss when they
Okay,
learned
welcome
about
back.
our arrangement. The Inquisition must certainly...
Okay, influence is good. Ooh, that's a lot of money. Okay, that's good. So we still get a coin, and there's some more here. Yep. So this one's somebody. Okay. We should speak with him first. Okay, let's do that.
At your service.
And I think for this one, I will send Leliana, our spy master.
Let's see what we have.
And then Colin, do this. So,
To work?
I was planning to get this done. But let's see if I can get some of the miscellaneous thing out of the way ASAP. So as you can see, I am overburdened. Can't use, level 11 I think cannot use. Yeah. Our Grave Sword is level 9. Okay, this one. So this is better. Okay, you get this. Tariq, no change. Solus, no change. Vivian. It's the same thing. Okay. That will be double weapon. I don't know. I feel like maybe more fitting for Blackwall to use that. I think in a perspective, you know, humans, Kunari can wield as big axes. Okay, so all this I think we can sell. Okay, that's good. He is a lightning, no, fire mage, so Wrath of Lovius. Okay, so yep, level 10. Nope. Okay, I don't think I got anything for you. Yep. Cassandra. Okay. Okay, and then the sword. I think there was one. Yeah. Okay. Nothing for her. So I think that's all. We covered everybody. Dorian has. Okay. I can't do much for Dorian. Okay. That's weapon. Let's look at armor now. So Dorian. I'll give you this. Blackwall has one of very good armor, so I don't think that will be changing anytime soon. Nothing for her. Solus, nothing for him. Valric, pretty much nothing for him. Iron Bull. Okay. Nothing. Let's see. Heavy armor. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Accessories. So what am I using now? Willpower. No. Let's start with our main character. Okay. The skin. I'm using launch and slash, which I think is fine. So for her, I want her to get Amulet of Aggression. Attack speed when below 50% health. Right now what you're using? 10 guard max. Okay, let's hold her out. Okay. Sora, willpower. What's the ring? Spike trap ring. Hmm. Black wall, willpower. 100 hour. I give him this. He has Mighty Blow, Rampage. There is 2 Rampage. Okay. Vivian. Let's just hold on. Okay, Solus, I think I want to start giving him the Bell of Winter pack. Cold base ability is slightly more powerful. Let's just do that. He has 5 magic. We got the Blizzard ring. Anything else we can give him? Bonus. Okay, I think that's fine. Barrick. Long shot and poison weapon. There's nothing useful for Barrick. I think guard penetration will be better. Okay, and the belt. Let's give him this. Amulet of Cunning. I'll give him Amulet of Dexterity. So Iron Bow, 2% attack, block and slash, urgency, 2% sunder and hit. Okay. Iron Bow is fine, this is fine, this is fine. Let's do something for her. Okay, and she has willpower and a heal bonus. I think the heal bonus belt we can throw away. I'll give her range defense. So for Dorian, he got Spirit Resist. I give him the Enhance. He has Firestorm Ring, which is great. I'll give him Staggering. Why not? I don't think we have any more Amulet. We got Cooldown. Oh, Cunning, Cooldown. Okay. Let's go for Cooldown. Sora. Sora is Willpower. I think we give her Cunning. What's about range defense? Which I think is fine. Rings. Bonus is fine. Horn of Valor, Mighty Blow. She got Mighty Blow. Let's give her. Wait. That's fine. Mighty Blow is Where's Mighty? I think Mighty Blow is here, correct? Mighty Blow. Block and slash. Okay. Let's make a quick change. We'll make Black Wall a Mighty Blow guy. Oh, Black Wall is on Rampage. I feel like he's better off being a Mighty Blow guy. So rings, anything we can give her attack, yeah, why not? So now we have Mighty Blow. Mighty Blow. No, Rampage is not here. Bloody hell. Yeah. So Rampage is useless for Iron Bull. We got block and slash. I just give him Horn and Valor. Okay.
Corrupt are they who have taken his gift and turn it against his children. They shall be accursed ones.
Okay, looks like it may not be possible for me to do this
You're right.
main story now.
When you spend your
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clear the thing, clear all my backpack, and then get the
You just keep the wounded breathing, sister. I'll get
the
you what
doors
you need.
unlocked in Hinterland. I need 5 Prophet Royals, I don't have. 5 what I don't have. I'm still short of Black Lotus. Tonics. So I got Rock Armor Tonic. Rash Vine I don't have. Grenades. Oof, that's a lot I don't have. And even fire, it is interesting. I need... Ooh, Blood Lotus. Lot of Blood Lotus, okay. Jalbis. More Blood Lotus, okay. Let's just go through everyone. Okay, Cassandra, good. Sarah, okay. Okay, Dorian. I'll give you Lyrium, Blackwall, Vivian, Solus, Barik, Iron Bull. I think that's everybody. Yep, okay.
Let me know if you need anything.
May I be with you?
And how much did you need?
10 sacks would do it.
Is there any way you could get by with 6?
No uncertainty for her. And she will know no fear.
Here.
Okay, let's sell what we don't need. Spring staff, but don't care. Okay. Okay, we keep the life word amulet, that is useful, but I find the bell of healing is a waste of time. Guard bell is nice, range defense 2%. I just feel it's... No, let's get rid of it. Amulet of willpower, don't need, get rid of it. Okay. Bright class cameo, simple paladin. Is the rest from here? Somebody is still taking up space. Oh, it's this guys. Constitution. Rugged greatsword, willpower, no thank you. This is very good. Do I still need Bianca arms? Because I think Varric already has Bianca arms too. Right? No, Varric has Bianca arms 3.
Maker bless you.
Better.
Okay. Now we head back to Hinterland. And proceed to unlock all the doors. Okay, there's one door here. Let's head back here first. I think it doesn't matter who I bring.
Want me to handle that?
Yep. Really, that's it? Okay. We want to check out this side, so let's do that. I'm just gonna avoid all the combat. Okay. Anything else in special here? Oh, just spindle width. Okay. We came out here, we fought them there. Let's just go a bit further down. Yeah, so these were, we had our first difficult reef fight. Okay, so that's done. I don't think there's anything more around here. There's a bit here and there, but looks like it's blockade off. So now,
Of course.
Good day.
Warden Bethany Hawk, Princess Peace. Bethany, okay. That's nice. Okay, so one more.
Good day.
I wonder whether I can take a shortcut. Yes, I can. That's nice. Oh, it's here.
Blessings upon the Inquisition. Blessings upon the Inquisition.
Minus 100% armor rating. Okay. Right. So, is there anything else for us to do? Let's take a look. Hinterlands. I need for land risk, which I don't have. Decorative gem, which I don't have. Inner circle, memories of the grace, seeing red. Western approach. Okay, Inquisitor Path. This will be the next main story quest. I could go to the Storm Coast, cleaning house. I could go through the Storm Coast, but I'm not too sure whether I want to do that now. Who is this, Warwick? Ooh. This is good. Nah, let's go for damage. Solus. So 2 more points for Spirit. I think that's it, right? Well, I assume it was just those two. Yep, just those two. Okay. There's nothing more to do. Cleaning house. Okay, I'm not keen on proceeding with the quest now because I'm about 30 minutes in, give or take. And I'm pretty sure the story will take about an hour. Okay, maybe there is one thing I really should do before it gets overwhelming, is the codex. I could talk with everybody since we already... Let's think about it. Let's see whether there's anything happening.
And what are we supposed to do, exactly?
What you always do. Complain.
We've already spoken with Commander Cullen. No one listens. We want better quarters. We want the Templars kept at a distance. And some respect for...
This is not the Circle. You mages are our allies, not our wards. Act like it.
How are we supposed to...
Deal with it. It never ends, evidently.
That's the truth.
You don't need to tell me that.
I just don't know who told them I'm the one to yell at.
Is it that bad?
The mages are here as equals. They need to get used to what that means. It is your doing, after all. You created this alliance.
I hope it will work out.
Well, I hope it works. What other choice do we have?
Oh. I do sound like I'm blaming you, don't I? I don't disapprove. In fact, you did well. You made a decision when it needed to be made. And here we are. I wish I could say this was my doing.
Flatterer.
We wouldn't be here at all if you hadn't stood up against the Chantry.
You're being kind.
You're discounting your role in this.
Let's close the breach. Then we can say how successful I was.
Okay. Colin.
The mages are ready to approach the breach. I pray this will be enough to close it.
You have to make this a chance.
I know you're worried about having the mages here. Give them a chance to prove themselves.
I'm not questioning their ability or their intentions, but we cannot ignore the risks. I will not endanger the alliance you've created. We need their help. Any precautions taken will be to ensure the safety of our people and the mages themselves. Nothing more.
Anything I should know?
Is there anything I should know?
I'm glad to have the charges on our side. Bull's men are professionals, despite evidence to the contrary.
Okay.
That's all for now.
I'm sure you have other matters to attend.
Alright. So that was a
Do you
cutscene.
need something?
See whether she has anything to say. Okay, nothing.
That's enough for now.
Another time, then.
So, that Tevinter guy sent you into the future?
I've got no problem with normal magic, but Tevinter goes beyond all reason.
I know, right? The Vints are always pushing. Anyway, I hope our new friends have what it takes to close the breach. Damn thing gives me a headache just looking at it. How's it going?
See you later, Bull.
See ya.
Nice work at Redcliffe. I could help the mages learn to work with Inquisition soldiers if you like. Not that the chief has any apostates.
We'll talk later.
Magic exists to serve man and never
Where is Blackwall there?
Send Thistle our thanks for the refreshments.
have taken his gift and
Okay, so I can destroy the boxes. That's nice to know.
I've been meaning to thank you. There are 100 things that need your attention. You didn't have to take the time to help me, and yet you did.
If the history you pursue benefits the Wardens, then it was worth it.
You've proven yourself to be an honorable woman. Principled. I've great admiration for you, and I've never been more certain in my decision to join you.
We'll do better.
There will be opportunities for us to do even more in the future.
Then I look forward to it.
What do you think of the Inquisition?
You already know what I think of your forces. I'm not sure what else there is to say.
You must have some feelings about our friends.
Madame Vivian only allied with the Inquisition because she knows it will bring
Yeah.
her power. The most poisonous snakes are often the most beautiful.
Okay, never mind. That's enough talk.
We should return to our duties.
As you wish. You are, after all, in charge.
For she who trusts in the Maker, fire is her water. As the moon is light.
Let's sell some of the stuff we
Tell me
found
what you
that we don't need. Nothing here. Heavy wooden armor. Okay. Wait, is there any more? So I feel like I could still get rid of more of this. Poison weapons, knockout. Okay. Too many breaches. Break it. Okay.
The Mage Rebellion joins the Inquisition. I've got to admit that's a twist I didn't see coming. One thing you saw in the future worries me. I mean, it was all bad. But red lyrium in Ferelden, infecting people and growing out of them, that's bad. Finding more of it really punches a hole in my red lyrium at the temple was a coincidence theory.
How long does it take for red lyrium to grow? How fast can it spread?
It took years to infect people in Kirkwall, but no one there was actually ingesting the stuff. This Elder One managed to take the worst thing I can think of and make it worse. That's an accomplishment.
Okay, let's just say don't.
The Inquisition has the numbers to track down all this lyrium and destroy it.
I hope so. I don't want to think about what happens if it starts a plague. I've got people trying to find out where the red stuff came from. I think maybe we should make that a priority. But that's enough doom and gloom. You just won a big victory for the Inquisition. What are you going to do to celebrate?
Plan for what's next.
We can't know what's coming. Best not to get too comfortable.
I can't disagree with that. But maybe you should try to relax while you can. Things should be calm around here for at least the next hour. Take a moment to enjoy it. If the world's about to end, I'm sure the Seeker will let us know. Need something?
I want to know more about red lyrium.
I'll tell you what I can.
How did the red lyrium get in the Temple of Sacred Ashes?
I don't know. As far as I knew, there was only one small piece of the original idol we brought out of the Deep Roads. And it's locked in a vault in Kirkwall. One I had built by the mining cast especially to hold it.
Okay.
I think that's enough on red lyrium.
Yeah, not really my favorite subject.
Let's talk to Solus next. Wait, Sarah. I forgot about Sarah.
The rest of you servicers.
Well, that's mages all over. So many robes, I bet all of Ferelden lost their curtains. I'll just be the other side of Haven, just in case.
You don't like mages?
Do you have a problem with our new allies? With mages?
No problem with mages. I mean, you know some that are alright. My problem is magic. If mages sat on their hands, everything would be fine. I mean, yay, freedom. Great for them. Over there, away from me.
Okay.
I'll be back if I need you.
Go on.
You let me know. Can I get you anything?
Farewell.
Goodbye.
So we have gained the mages. Excellent. They should be able to seal the breach. You are certain you experienced time travel? Could it have been an illusion? A trick of the Fade?
Dorian is certain.
Dorian was sure. Impossible as it seems.
What an amazing gift. It is vital the Inquisition succeed to avoid the future you witnessed.
Most people have trouble wrapping their heads around the idea.
I'm not most people.
I appreciate you talking with me about it. And not being most people.
If you wish me to speak of Elysian fashion, I may be at a loss. Magical surprises I can handle. Speaking of which, you should ready yourself.
For?
This Elder One. You have now interfered with his plans twice. Once at the Temple of Sacred Ashes, and now again at Redcliffe. A being who aspires to godhood is unlikely to ignore such an affront.
That's true.
Good afternoon.
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
Yes. It seems Blackwall knows nothing about the disappearance of the Grey Wardens. It's a disappointment. I am, however, glad that he is with us, even if he was not what I expected. He seems to be a good man, and his experience will be an asset to the Inquisition. As for the other Wardens, I suppose we will have to keep looking.
In Redcliffe, you sacrificed yourself so that I could return here.
Of course I did. One small life in exchange for a second chance at history. I always loved a bargain.
It was still a sacrifice, and still noble.
And I would do it again.
Anything I should know?
Altegan has returned to Redcliffe Castle and resumed his duties as Lord. The people are returning, slowly but surely. Unfortunately, our show of support for the mages has angered many.
I'll leave you to your work.
Okay, so let's see. I've talked to Dorian. Ah, I miss Dorian. Dorian is... Okay, let's go talk to Dorian. Oh, there it is.
The Inquisition supports free mages. What's next? Elves running Hallam-Sharal? Cows milking farmers?
I'll think of something.
I take it you don't agree.
On the contrary, I approve. Heartily. I do wonder if you've considered what this support of yours will do. For mages in general, I mean. The Inquisition is seen as an authority. You've given southern mages license to, well, be like mages back home.
So they'll rule us next? Was that? I doubt that.
So what? They all turn into blood mages, worship dragons, and then take over?
Not at first. But you'd be a fool not to see where this could lead. Thing is, the Imperium was once just like the Sun. Templars, proper circles, all that rot. Then it changed. By inches. Not that this is reason to oppress us. Still, my homeland should be a cautionary tale, not a source of inspiration.
It occurs to me that I barely know anything about you.
Beyond my being a mage from Tevinter, you mean?
Beyond that, yes.
And beyond my being so charming and well-dressed, which is obvious to anyone.
You certainly think highly of yourself.
It's true. I could be more modest, but I'd be lying. Now, what was I talking about? Ah, yes, me. I am the scion of House Parvis, a product of generations of careful breeding and the repository of its hopes and dreams. Naturally, I despised it all. The lies, the scheming, the illusions of supremacy. That's Tevinter in a nutshell, isn't it? Needless to say, my family was not happy with my choices.
Careful. Wait. Careful breeding.
What did you mean by generations of careful breeding?
The great families of Tevinter don't have children. They refine traits, weed out the undesirable, and promote the rest. My mother was chosen for my father because magic runs strongly in her blood. Never mind that they loathed each other. They wanted a son who could become Archon to make House Parvis the envy of the Imperium. They got me. A cautionary tale that you should be careful what you wish for.
Why would your family be upset with your choices?
Because I rejected their idyllic plan. If they had their way, by now I'd be married to some unlucky girl from a powerful family. We'd live in luxurious despair, despising each other as I waited to take my father's place in the magisterium. I declined the honor, and thus it's best I'm far from home. Less of an embarrassment that way, you see?
I'm getting the impression that you don't care much for your homeland.
No, I think
On the
he does.
contrary, I care for my homeland a great deal. There's so much potential. Sadly, we squander it. We refuse to acknowledge how far we've fallen because pretending is easier. We pretend the Qunari can be beaten. We pretend that we're superior to everyone, even our own people. Not everyone feels that way. I don't. Sadly, we're the minority.
But why do you care?
It just seems... So much of what you say about the Imperium is entirely negative.
It might sound that way. For all our faults, my people have many virtues. We are laden with history and culture. Tevinter is where Thedas truly began, remember? We treasure our past and preserve it. You can walk down a side street and find nothing built during the modern ages. And despite appearances, we care. Deeply. About everything. We have no reserve, not in war and not in love. If I truly believed my homeland was beyond all hope, I wouldn't miss it so much.
Why remain with the Inquisition? Why not go back to Tevinter?
I'm not exactly welcome back home. Not that it matters, I'm quite accustomed to being a pariah. It adds to my charm. I can do more for Tevinter here. If the Venatori succeed, it'll set my homeland back 1,000 years. I'm sure some magisters would disagree. But that's why we kill them.
Okay.
I think I've heard enough.
That's too bad. I never tire of talking about myself.
I'd like to ask you about Tevinter.
Ah, yes. Everyone outside the Imperium always seems quite fascinated by it. Probably why they come up with so many ridiculous tales. Flying cows over Minrathous. That's madness. All right, that one's actually true, but the cows didn't have wings. I digress. Anything in particular you wanted to know?
Just how often is blood magic used there?
Oh, not at all.
Not at all.
That's what any magister would tell you. they'd be convincingly offended by the notion too. Of course, what people call blood magic here and what we consider blood magic are two different things.
What do you call it?
What's considered actual blood magic in Tevinter?
Blood magic isn't inherently dangerous. Using your own blood or that of a willing participant, what's the harm? The problem is that what's permitted only gets you so much power. And what if you need more? You always need more. That's where we get into sacrifices and demon summoning. None of that is done. Not officially. Behind closed doors, it's a different story. Real blood magic can give you an edge, a leg up against your opponents. It's safe to assume that any mage of rank does it. The rest are quietly shut out of power, to put it bluntly.
You'd think the Templars would object.
I imagine they did, long ago. Once, their investigations might have been sincere. Then their balls were cut off. Too inconvenient. Nowadays, only the friendless are accused. And most of them probably innocent.
There must be some mages who oppose this.
Of course. I do. And I'm not entirely alone. Occasionally, there'll be a magister who makes noise. And then the reform talk begins. All very patriotic. Meanwhile, that magister will be quietly shunned. Chances are, surprise, it's learned he was a Maleficar all along. Most learn to keep quiet. Me? I enjoy the allure of pariahhood.
Anyone who talks about the Imperium mentions slavery. It's the center of the slave trade.
Ah. That is true.
And did you have slaves?
Not personally, but my family does and treats them well. Honestly, I never thought much about it until I came south. Back home, it's how it is. Slaves are everywhere. You don't question it. I'm not even certain many slaves do.
It's not like that, yeah.
Well, we don't have slaves in the south.
In the south, you have alienages,
True.
slums, both human and elven. The desperate have no way out. Back home, a poor man can sell himself. As a slave, he could have a position of respect, comfort, and could even support a family.
Different perspective.
Some slaves are treated poorly, it's true. But do you honestly think inescapable poverty is better?
Yeah.
I suppose not. No.
I don't know what it's like to be a slave, true. I never thought about it until I saw how different it was here. But I suspect you don't know either. Nor should you believe that every tale of Tevinter Accessed is the norm.
It seems strange that an entire empire would be ruled by mages.
I find it strange that your mages don't rule anything at all. Actually, the fiction in the Imperium is that mages don't rule. The Magisterium rules. That magisters are all mages is considered a convenient technicality.
What is the Magisterium, exactly?
The upper house of the Imperial Senate, and the only part worth having a seat on. Those seats are split among the circles of Magi, the Chantry, and the major families. All mages now. It's odd that outside the Imperium, you use Magister like it applies to every Tevinter mage.
If you're not a Magister, then what are you called? No special title?
I'm an Altus, which is almost as good as a Magister, depending on who you ask.
I've never heard of an Altus.
Upper class. Those families who trace descent from the Dreamers, the first prophets of the old gods. If you're a mage and you're not Altus, then you're later, lower class. If you're not a mage at all, you're Soperati. That's everyone else. We do love our fancy words.
Okay.
I thought the Archon ruled over the Imperium.
Well, yes. Technically, he can overrule laws passed by the Magisterium, but that never happens. Even so, he gets to appoint new Magisters, which means all the families vie madly for his favor. Thus, the Archon gets invited to all the parties. The truest path to Tevinter influence, let me tell you.
But mages
If
do.
it's a fiction, that means mages do rule then.
Yes and no. Let me put it this way. Mages do rule, but not all mages are equal. If you're not from the right family, chances are you don't rule anything. Maybe you're even a slave. The idea that anyone could be a mage, however, keeps the masses placated.
Oh.
Can anyone be a mage?
Technically, the potential runs mostly in bloodlines, but it's been known to happen. More importantly, commoners believe it can. Tevinter legend is chock full of mage heroes from humble origins, so they hold out hope. Someday my son or my son's son will be a mage. Someday. Poor sods don't realize that means he'll be a quaestor at the arse end of the 100 Pillars, at best.
Being a quaestor isn't a good thing.
I imagine the average non-mage likes to think so. Counting numbers and shuffling papers all day is better than many occupations after all. If you're a second-class citizen among a pack of piranha, however, your outlook changes.
Okay.
Let me ask you something else.
Of course.
There's an Imperial Chantry, isn't there? With its own divine.
You people aren't supposed to talk about the Black Divine, are you? If you mention him outside the Imperium, people make that face, like you're urinating in public. But yes, we do have the Chantry, or a version of it. Night and day comparing it to yours.
Okay.
Is the Imperial Chantry so different from ours?
Not in theory. The main difference is in the whole magic is meant to serve man, not rule over him business. Back home, ruling the unwashed masses is serving them, for the good of the Imperium. Perhaps it started with good intentions, but these days it's academic. The circles are in command.
There are circles of magi in the Imperium.
We don't have dismal little mage prisons, if that's what you mean. They're academies, prestigious ones. We have Templars as well, but they don't cancel spells or whatever your Templars do. They're soldiers. They watch for abuse of magic, yes, but only those who are weak or who fall out of favor get dealt with. Mostly they enforce the Magisterium's edicts. The Chantry smiles and nods from the sidelines.
Okay.
Do you really call him the Black Divine?
We don't call him that, oh no. In the Imperium, he's the true divine. The woman sitting on the Sunburst throne is some backwater pretender. It all stems from a disagreement over Andraste. Marvelous, isn't it?
A disagreement?
Why would they disagree over Andraste?
It's not my field of expertise, but the Imperium believes Andraste was a mortal woman, a mage. Down south, they say, no, she's the bride of the Maker, ascended to his side, divine provenance, a blah blah blah. We feel better believing Andraste was one of us. Makes executing her less damning, you see. So we elected a man as divine, the South declared war, and we've been feuding cousins ever since.
So, the Imperial Divine is always a man?
All the better to distinguish him from that other one, yes. Don't think there aren't a number of female magisters who bristle at that. Why can't they be divine after all? Same reason you never see a man on the Sunburst throne. Because that's how it's always been done. Excellent reasoning.
Do you consider yourself Andrastian?
The big question. It might surprise you that I do consider myself Andrastian. I simply do not believe in the Chantry. It is a relic, whether back home or here in the South. Something from a bygone age desperately clinging to relevance. It's not an opinion that makes me popular.
Yeah, in a way, I agree. It's like general religion. You know, there is a belief system that was created by the prophet, and then institution was built up revolving around that belief. I don't have to believe in those institutions, but I can still believe in the principles of that religion.
I share your opinion, actually.
That's not surprising, considering what the Inquisition represents. I'll say this. I may not believe in the Chantry, but I believe in you.
In me?
That the Maker sent you, whether through Andraste or fate. Cassandra is not wrong. You are what we needed most at the moment we needed it. That's what they will say in ages to come.
I'm not sure about that myself.
Doubt is good. I like doubt. It will keep you sane. Me? I've seen too much to believe I know everything. The world is bigger than I. Even bigger than you. It laughs at all the things we think we know. The Maker doesn't need me to believe. But I do. The thought of no one at all watching out for us is too frightening.
Let me ask you something else.
So many questions.
I'm wondering if the Imperium would be a useful ally.
I think you'd be more concerned whether or not they'd support the Venatori. They won't. At least, not officially. They'll disavow all knowledge of dangerous cultists. Secretly, many Magisters will rejoice at the idea. And if the South falls to chaos in the meantime, all the better.
That's smart of them.
It would be in the Imperium's best interest to help. Surely it could use allies.
I think the Imperium gave up on the idea of allies a long time ago. We've been fighting the Qunari for what, 200 years off and on? It's a point of pride that we go it alone. They'll sneer at the South behind their silk handkerchiefs and say, "You've had it easy for far too long."
Okay.
Let's not forget that the Inquisition seems to be an arm of the Orlesian Chantry. Anathema so far as they're concerned.
Well, we're not.
We're not part of the Chantry. The Chantry opposed the Inquisition's formation.
You think that matters? Don't be silly. The Herald of Andraste. Your very title smacks of the Southern Chantry. You may as well be a heathen. I think they're far more frightened what you'll do if you succeed.
Okay.
That's all I wanted to know.
Fair enough.
Have you seen?
Have you gone to see Alexius yet? He's in the cells.
Not yet, no. I saw him before they locked him up. He looked despondent, broken. Not the man I remember, nor the one I want to. I suppose the Inquisition will judge him eventually. I wonder if there's any chance they'll show him mercy. He hardly deserves it, but for Felix's sake. I can't help hoping there's something left of the man I once knew.
Anything else? Just to
So I
check.
take it you're Dalish? Is that the correct word here?
Yes, that's right.
We don't have Dalish clans coming northward, for obvious reasons. So I've never met one of your people before, although I've heard about them. A little. I hope this won't be an issue between us. I am here to help you deal with the Venatori, after all.
And I appreciate your help, Dorian.
Excellent. Mutual appreciation is a grand way to begin.
I should go.
As you wish. What's on your mind?
Okay, good.
I should go.
As you wish.
So next one. Liliana is done. Inside here we have Vivian. I'm gonna hate talking to her.
If Fiona and her malcontents are joining us as allies, we need to be prepared. Abominations are inevitable. Cullen doesn't have enough Templars to handle incidents. Some of the rank and file need to be trained.
Yeah, good idea.
The last thing we need are abominations running amok.
I knew you would have a proper grasp of the situation. I'll have a word with Cullen. We are reliant on his people, absolutely. There has never been a greater threat to mages than the breach. Until it is closed, no one is safe.
Do you pose a risk? You don't trust mages? Frick it.
When you say mages are a danger, are you counting yourself?
Of course I am, my dear. Every mage who joins the cause is taking a calculated risk, whether they know it or not. Magic is dangerous, just as fire is dangerous. Anyone who forgets this truth gets burned.
Okay, that's true.
You're preaching to the choir, Vivian.
Tell me something. As you will no doubt have a hand in shaping it, what future do you see for mages?
We need the circle back. I still do believe in the circle. I want them to be free, but we should still have a circle for them to learn and control their powers.
The circle has to be restored if we want to keep the peace.
That's comforting to hear, but you'll find opposition to the idea even among friends. It's something to consider, my dear.
Yeah, but my idea is not a prison circle, but more like a place where they can control, learn and control their powers. Rather than learning everything on their own and start getting, start summoning demons and getting possessed. I'm looking for elixirs. I wonder whether he's here. I guess not. Okay. So next person to talk to, the last person I hope? No. We'll talk to Mother Giselle and then we'll talk to Josephine. And that should wrap up this episode.
The Inquisition appreciates your assistance in this matter, Lady Corbin.
And my...
I understand you were instrumental in garnering the assistance of the rebel mages. It is well done. And I pray this Inquisition fares better than the Chantry in its handling of magic.
We'll do our best.
We will try.
In some ways, Andraste had the simpler task. Magic should serve man, and not rule over him. That tells us what should be, but it does not tell us how to get there. So many times the methods of men have undone the spirit of their goals.
Misinterpretation.
Once you have sealed the breach,
or rather,
we shall see whether this Inquisition is truer to the Chantry, or its own namesake.
or rather it's just like, from trying to go from A to B, there's so many different paths, and certain paths are maybe more difficult, certain paths are easier, but easier doesn't always necessarily mean better.
Can you tell me how our people are doing?
What would you like to know?
Okay, let's see.
How are the villagers in Haven doing?
You did well to gain the mages to your cause. The people have hope that the breach may be sealed. Some of them are returning to the lives they fled. Others are starting fresh. In either case, they no longer believe the world as they know it is ending.
Okay, elsewhere, I don't care.
Farewell.
Until next time.
Okay, Josephine?
I'll take my leave. Good day.
Who is she, Ambassador?
A merchant. I thought we should reach out to the dwarves to secure lyrium for the Inquisition's mages. According to Lady Corbin, it raised the ire of the Chantry.
How?
Access to lyrium makes us rather more formidable than anticipated. We're becoming a challenge. Sadly, the remaining Grand Clerics appear to be consolidating the Chantry's power, instead of comforting the masses.
The Chantry should be a place of hope, not another group scrambling for answers.
That must be its strength again. The Chants did much to bridge nations. Little but the Chantry ties Orlais, Nivara, Ferelden, Antiva, and even Rivain to a common cause.
Has the Chantry truly promoted such peace?
Andraste's chant is familiar across kingdoms, a source of many shared customs. That is the crucial point. Common ground is the start of all negotiations.
Yeah, and this is one of the things I also thought of in the old ages. how do you get the different tribes in, let's say, Europe to be united? They need some commonality. Now, for those atheists, they don't believe in a prophet, you know. But at one point they could believe somebody who's there trying to get everybody together, whether he's a prophet sent by God or maybe just a common man. It's irrelevant. The point of fact, the objective succeeded. He did unite various cultures and people across the land on a common goal.
I suppose a shared faith can be useful when talking with strangers.
Precisely. And these similar interests are merely where we begin. We must learn to think beyond our own wants to secure peace in Thedas.
That's an ambitious notion.
Planning to steer the history of the world, Ambassador Montillier.
I believe the Inquisition is already charting that course. Which brings me to a question, if you have a moment. The remaining Grand Clerics sent a missive inquiring about the events at the Temple of Sacred Ashes. They demand to know whether the Inquisition officially claims that Andraste saved you from the breach. If it were up to you, how would you reply?
How will you?
Will my answer change your reply to the Chantry?
If Leliana, Cassandra Cullen, and I could agree on our official stance, I could answer that. We should decide soon. The revered mothers don't seem to know what to make of you.
I'd tell the Chantry I was saved by circumstance, not divine intervention.
Yet as rumors your Andraste's herald grow, the Grand Clerics may not believe such a humble reply. A difficult situation, and I thank you for your answer. A good day to you.
Yeah, I was just at the right place at the right time, or at the wrong place at the wrong time to be in this position.
Greetings.
Anything to report?
What do the people make of us?
We've gathered many favors among the nobility. They will be gently reminded of this.
Okay.
Any visiting dignitaries I should watch out for?
Lady Drummond promised a visit. She has useful resources if we can get her to set aside her games.
What are her politics?
Oh, no, I meant actual games. Chess, cards, dice, little boards with carved idols from the winter. She made me play that with her for 8 hours once. Steer her towards cards, if she insists on a match.
Okay, understood. Do I have anything to submit?
Please
No.
tell me if you find something.
Okay. Let's wrap this episode up. That's great. Okay. Alright. I think there's nothing else. We'll just gather this. Let's send Leliana.
Let's see what we have.
Okay, that's great. Alright, we'll end the episode here. And I think we'll progress the main story in the next part. Yeah, I think we can just straight off to progress. Okay, we'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.